I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one indivisible.
Make sure to keep checking your PTA memberships.
They're only $8. There's only 10 days left.
Spring Creek Night is October the 21st.
Come help raise money for your school.
Also, come try our delicious food.
Hey, do you know when the Scholastic Book Fair is coming?
Just look for the signs.
The signs? Do you know when the book fair is coming? Just look for the signs. Wait, what signs?
Something fun and amazing is coming your way. And it won't be long until you start seeing the signs.
Wow.
Get ready to have a whale of a time because the Scholastic Book Fair is coming. The newest books and the best stories, along with your favorite characters and book series, will be waiting for you at your Scholastic Book Fair. With so many books to choose from, the sky is the limit. So buckle up, get ready, and start spreading the news. Soon, it will be Scholastic Book Fair time.
Wow, this is so cool. Mr. Pilot, can you take us down, please?
You got it! Hang on to your books! You don't want to miss the Scholastic Book Fair!
Look, it's the Scholastic Book Fair truck!
From space adventures to dinosaur facts, the Scholastic Book Fair has the books you'll love reading. Don't miss the book fair kids prefer most. Don't miss your Scholastic Book Fair. Coming soon.
New books you'll want to read and own are at our Scholastic Book Fair. You'll find the newest books, the best and most popular books, and the most fun stories. You'll find more new choices at our Scholastic Book Fair. Check it out.
Meet Warren. Now, let me explain. He's a koala. Spell it with me. Koala. While many call him a bear, I promise you, he's not. But people say it all the time. Must be those fuzzy round ears he's got. He lives in Australia, and not just in a zoo. He's related to possums, wombats, and even kangaroos. Will we ever learn that Warren's not a bear? Or will he scream and shout until the whole world is aware? Shush! Find out in Don't Call Me Bear at your Scholastic Book Fair.
Dear Diary, my name is Baron Von Bubbles, but since we're going to be friends, you can call me Bub. Let me tell you a bit about myself. I love skateboarding, my bear, and peanut butter. What I don't love? Rain. And oh yeah, another thing about me, I'm a pug. My human's name is Bella. And between the two of us, we have lots of fun working on a mystery invention. So, Diary, we're going to spend a lot of time together, and I'll tell you about all my adventures, like when I accidentally flew a rocket into a tree. But more on that tomorrow. Bye for now, Bub. Look for Diary of a Pug, Pug Blasts Off, at your Scholastic Book Fair.
Hi, I'm Dave Pilkey. You may know me as the creator of Dogman and Captain Underpants. Your Scholastic Book Fair is the super awesome home of all my characters. You can find them in my books. Dogman, For Whom the Ball Rolls, a new adventure with everyone's favorite canine superhero. And George and Harold's Epic Comics Collection, all new comics based on the hit TV show The Epic Tales of Captain Underpants on Netflix. And Dog Breath, my picture book featuring a very good dog with very bad breath. Look for them at your Scholastic Book Fair.
With her cool rocket boots and a cape that she twirls, Princess Truly takes flight thanks to her magical curls. She's brave, then she's kind. She's even happy to bake when her friend Waffles the cat topples the big birthday cake. And when Cat and her pup tingle themselves in balloons, her friend is brave too. Together they zip and they zoom. Princess Truly is brave, strong, and smart, just like you. Read this book and you'll see you're a super girl too. Find Princess Truly, I Am a Supergirl, at your Scholastic Book Fair.
Hello, I'm author and illustrator and leading Dino Doodle expert, Mike Lowry. And I've been working on something that I think you might like. It's a book that collects all of the weirdest, coolest, most awesomest facts about dinosaurs, and it puts them into one big book. And it's called Everything Awesome About Dinosaurs and Other Prehistoric Beasts. It's time to get going right now, because there's a stampede coming. Let's go meet the dinosaurs. There's spiky dinosaurs, armored dinosaurs, the fastest dinosaur of all time. And there's this guy, the Micropachycephalosaurus, which has the longest name. This book is also full of dinosaur awards, like this guy, the Stegosaurus, that's got spikes all over his back. What award did he get? Smallest brain. I have been drawing dinosaurs for my entire life. I love drawing. I draw absolutely every single day, and I carry a sketchbook with me everywhere I go. Do you like to draw like me? Then I recommend keeping a sketchbook like this one. So now you're probably wondering, Mike, does this have anything other than dinosaurs in it? It does. Check out this guy. He's as tall as a giraffe. It's a Quetzalcoatlus. It's his name. It doesn't matter. It's also about other prehistoric beasts, like the Megalodon, the biggest shark of all time. There's giant snakes and a woolly rhinoceros thing. Join me on an adventure in Everything Awesome About Dinosaurs and Other Prehistoric Beasts. Find it at your Scholastic Book Fair.
The bad guys are back. Well, they're still bad, but kind of nice too. They are in
deep trouble. The world is coming to an end. An alien invasion has struck the city. But that's not the worst of their problems. There's a big bad wolf that's destroying everything in his path.
What about the wolf?
He's bad, real bad. But he's also the only thing big enough to defend the world against these aliens. Will the big bad wolf save the world or destroy it? Find out in Bad Guys, Big Bad Wolf at your Scholastic Book Fair.
Have you ever wished that you had magical powers or that you could make it snow anytime you wanted it to? Hi, I'm Christina Soontornbot. I'm the author of The Diary of an Ice Princess, Snow Place Like Home. This is the story of Princess Lena, who has a life any kid would want. She lives in a castle in the clouds, and her whole family has magical powers. And of course, Lena has an adorable dog, Gusty, who is a little husky puppy who follows her wherever she goes. Lena loves her family so much and she wants to make them happy, but really what she wants the very most is to just be a regular kid and go to school at a regular school on the ground. She finally convinces her parents they have two conditions for her. She has to keep practicing her winter magic with her grandfather, and she has to keep all of her powers a secret. But Lena has a huge problem. Whenever she gets nervous, her magic messes up, and going to school makes her really nervous. So instead of having power over the wind and weather, she starts making ice and snow. She freezes the boys' bathroom. She freezes the water fountain. She makes icicles grow on the ceiling of her classroom. It's a total disaster. Could it be possible that these mistakes aren't really mistakes, but it's what makes her unique and special? If you can't wait for a certain movie about princesses with snowy powers, check out my book, Diary of an Ice Princess, at your Scholastic Book Fair.
For a Fly Guy sure eats a lot. He's always hungry. He eats and eats and eats. One day on his search for lunch, Fly Guy ends up outside a secret science laboratory where he finds food, but also finds trouble. Big trouble. Very, very big trouble. Can Buzz help Fly Guy shrink back to his own size before complete chaos takes over the town? Find out in the newest book in the Fly Guy series, Attack of the 50-Foot Fly Guy. Look for it at your Scholastic Book Fair.
Meet Brain, the mastermind behind the whole human body.
Message received. Now let me tell you what I think.
I'm getting pumped just watching you.
It takes a lot of nerves to keep everyone connected.
You really dream big.
I sure do. What was all that about?
And you never stop working.
Someone has to control the body's senses, thoughts, and movement.
Brain, you are kind of a big deal.
Look for it at your Scholastic Book Fair.
When a mysterious moon orb releases a troop of ghosts, and they take over the robot army.
Take over those robots.
And run away with Super Rabbit Boy.
You're coming with us.
Everyone in Animal Town wonders,
How can we stop the dog? Our hero is gone.
who will save them now? Enter Robo Rabbit Boy. But can he defeat 3 of the biggest Robo bosses, rescue Super Rabbit Boy, and save Animal Town? Find out if a robot can become a true hero in the newest Press Start book, Robo Rabbit Boy Go. Search for it at your Scholastic Book Fair.
Look for these new books and more at our Scholastic Book Fair. Check it out. books you'll want to read and own are at our Scholastic Book Fair. You'll find the newest books, the best and most popular books, and the most amazing stories. You'll find more new choices at our Scholastic Book Fair. Check it out.
Authors and YouTube stars Pat and Jen from the Minecraft-inspired channel Popular MMOs fall into a whole new world of adventure in this hilarious new graphic novel. When Jen stumbles into a mysterious hole in the ground and Pat rushes in after her, they find themselves trapped in the underworld with no weapons, no allies, and no way back. Now, they must rescue their friends from the Dark Mine, escape the clutches of Evil Jen before she turns them into zombies, and find a way to get back home before it's too late. Look for Popular MMOs Presents Enter the Mine at your Scholastic Book Fair.
As a Cherokee boy in Oklahoma, Jack Montgomery never imagined that he would one day become a hero. But when America entered World War II, he enlisted in the Army and fought all over the world, eventually becoming a first lieutenant with the 45th Infantry Division Thunderbirds. On February 22nd, 1944, Montgomery's platoon was pinned down by German soldiers in Paglione, Italy. He single-handedly defeated the Germans and saved the lives of his men. Jack Montgomery's incredible bravery earned him the highest award the U.S. military can bestow, the Medal of Honor. Read his remarkable story in Jack Montgomery, World War II, Gallantry at Anzio. Look for it at your Scholastic Book Fair.
I'm Gail Galligan, illustrator of Boy Crazy Stacy. In Boy Crazy Stacy, the large Pike family invites Stacy and Marianne to join them on their annual beach vacation as babysitters. This means that Stacy and Marianne get to enjoy the beach, see the sun, the surf, the boardwalk, and get away from their overprotective parents for a little while. And it's going great until Stacy sees a cute lifeguard. She starts hanging out with the cute lifeguard all the time, leaving Marianne to take care of all of these children all by herself. Marianne's super frustrated and lets Stacy know, but Stacy's way too involved in her feelings to understand that. Why should you read Boy Crazy Stacy? Because it's so much fun. This is a book where we get to leave Stony Brook and see more of the great big world that A&M Martin built. From the boardwalks of Sea City to the quiet bayside with all the tiny cute birds. And we get to follow Stacy, who's so much fun. She's so confident and clever and wonderful. And seeing her experience her first love and how she deals with these new feelings is so much fun to me, and I know you're going to enjoy it too. I love working on the Babysitters Club books, so being able to contribute to that wonderful universe in my own way has been really cool and fun. Look for my book, Boy Crazy Stacy, at your Scholastic Book Fair.
When the wildfire started, I got separated from my camp. Lost in the wilderness. No phone. No food, no water. I thought I was alone, but then I found Delphi. She's trapped too. I can't escape this wildfire on my own. But together, we might have a shot. The fire is on our heels. There's only one thing we can do. Run. For Wildfire at your Scholastic Book Fair.
Hey guys, I'm Zoe, I'm 15, and this time, you nailed it. I'm totally the girl on the horse.
Going to Junior Nationals is a big chance for you. No more drama, no more horse thieves.
I see you've all met our new trainer, James Forsyth.
This horse is a machine. You need to learn how to use it properly.
I want Raven. No, the horse will do. You have to win nationals. If you don't, Meredith, she'll sell Raven. What?
Are you asking me to stay away from Zoe? I'd feel better knowing that I had your word for it. I'm sure you would.
We can't keep going on like this. You need to decide, once and for all.
3, 2, 1, ride!
Pony Squad assemble!
That's not a thing, Becky.
Yet. We are Team Brightfield. This is war.
Truth or Mare at your Scholastic Book Fair.
Are you a gamer? Check out the all-new Game On 2020. It has tips and tricks for all the best games. Whether you love Hello Neighbor, Pokemon, or Kingdom Hearts, it has all the best insights for you. Learn about the pros with features on the best esports teams for the most popular games. And in the Ultimate Gamer Challenge section, you can read about the hardest challenges in all of gaming and see if you can be a master too. Game On 2020. It's at your Scholastic Book Fair.
In the 1800s, the small country of Lithuania was controlled by the Russian Empire, and they hated it. One day, the Russian Empire decided, let's crush the whole idea of what it is to be Lithuanian. Well, how do you crush a people? You destroy its culture. And how do you destroy a culture? You destroy their books. So every Lithuanian language book became banned. The language itself became illegal. Audra Zakaris knows her parents are keeping secrets. What is it that brings Russian soldiers to their front door to arrest her parents, to set her home on fire, and to send her running for her life into the woods? With all Lithuanian language books banned, book smugglers began to leave the country, get books printed in their own language, and return to Lithuania with them. It wasn't an easy task. Audra has to find her way through the dense and unmarked Lithuanian forests, where danger lurks at every turn. Who is Audra to trust? How does she know that this strange boy she meets in the woods is really on her side? Or could he be a Russian spy? In her journey to save her parents, Audra discovers something she does not expect. It is the power of the book. They start the seed of an idea, and that idea grows and becomes knowledge, and the knowledge becomes power, and power becomes the way by which any of us can change our world. If you love adventure, if you love danger, and if you want to learn more about a character who will risk everything she has, everything she loves to save her country, then I think Words on Fire just might be the right next book for you.
This is Pumpkin, a special dwarf pony that was born barely able to walk.
The family didn't have the resources to fix her leg, so they surrendered Pumpkin and her mother to us.
She can't even be outside. She's stuck indoors all day with her mom. But a few caring people are determined to help.
If we can help Pumpkin be comfortable to where she can live a long, happy life, that's huge.
They pull out all the stops and never give up to get Pumpkin on her feet and running free.
Yeah, there we go.
This was exactly what we hoped for.
Look for Pumpkin's story at your Scholastic Book Fair.
I Survived. The best-selling series has taken you from menacing animal attacks to terrifying disasters to the most important battles of all time. But now, get ready for the strangest disaster in history. Don't get stuck without it. Pick up your copy of I Survived the Great Molasses Flood at your Scholastic Book Fair. When disaster strikes, heroes are made.
I think my nightmares are why I was so afraid of the dark, and why I was drawn to the light of the snow that night. Grandma warned us. Don't play in the snow by yourselves, she said, especially at night.
earn at your Scholastic Book Fair.
Look for these new books and more at our Scholastic Book Fair. Check it out.
Battle of the Books forms are still due. Make sure to turn in your forms. 5th grade will turn it into Miss McDonald, and 3rd and 4th will turn it into Miss Massey. The Community Pep Rally is September 19th from 6 p.m. to 7:30.
Okay, you guys ready to jam? Yeah! All right, up we go. You stay in front of your chairs for our shuffles, and we're gonna start with the right side. Ready, and go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And spot hops, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, good job. Now, right leg forward for some lunges. And down. And down. 9. Down for 8. Down 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Okay, get ready to switch legs, and don't forget you can use your arms to balance out here or on your waist. Ready? And down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right, let's take a seat. Let's get those legs out in front of us. Reach those toes. If you can't reach the toes, grab your ankles and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, your healthy tip for today, guys, is leave healthy snacks on the counter where they're easy to get. Bananas, oranges, apples, boxes of raisins, anything like that where it's easy to reach makes for a great snack all day.
Good morning, Kimball. We are back with The Wild Robot, and I wanted to remind you that the reason why Roz was standing in the forest with all the pine cones falling down on her is because part of her programming is that when she is not needed, she goes away and stands by herself. So now that where she's standing isn't working, let's find where she goes next. Chapter 9, The Mountain. Roz was now stomping her way up the mountain. Dense forest and rocky outcrops forced the robot to zig and zag and backtrack. But after an hour of steady hiking, she arrived at the craggy mountain peak. Grasses and flowers and shrubs sprouted from every pocket of soil, but there were no trees at the top. Roz was safe from those annoying pine cones. She dusted herself off and then carefully climbed up a leaning slab of stone to the very highest point of the entire mountain. The robot slowly turned her head completely around. She saw the ocean stretching to the horizon in every direction. And in that moment, Roz learned what you and I have known since the beginning of this story. In that moment, Roz finally realized that she was on an island. Roz looked down and surveyed the island. Starting from the sandy southern point, the island grew wider and greener and hillier until it finally jutted up into the rocky cone of the mountain. In some places, the mountain fell away, leaving sheer cliffs. A waterfall rushed off on one cliff and fed a river that wound its way through a great meadow in the center of the island. The river flowed past wildflowers and ponds and boulders and then disappeared into the forest. Blurry shapes suddenly cut through the robot's vision. She refocused her eyes and saw vultures circling above the foothills. Then she noticed lizards warming themselves on a distant rock. A badger peeked out from a berry bush. A moose waded through a stream. A flock of sparrows turned in perfect unison above the trees. The island was teeming with life, and now it had a new kind of life. A strange kind of life. Artificial life. Chapter 10, The Reminder. I should remind you, reader, that Roz had no idea how she had come to be on that island. She didn't know that she had been built in a factory and then stored in a warehouse before crossing an ocean on a cargo ship. She didn't know that a hurricane had sunk the ship and left her crate floating on the waves for days until it finally washed ashore. She didn't know that she'd been accidentally activated by those curious sea otters. As the robot looked out at the island, it never even occurred to her that she might not belong there. As far as Roz knew, she was home. Chapter 11, The Robot Sleeps. Roz stood on the peak and watched the sun sink behind the ocean. She watched shadows slowly spread out over the island and up the mountainside. She watched the stars come out one by one until the sky was filled with 1,000,000 points of light. It was the first night of the robot's life. She activated her headlights, and suddenly bright shafts of light were beaming out of her eyes and illuminating the whole mountaintop. Too bright, so she dimmed them. Then she turned them off and sat in darkness and listened to the chorus of nighttime chirps. After a while, our robot's computer brain decided it was a good time to conserve energy. So she sat and anchored her hands to the rocks. Her non-essential programs switched off, and then, in her own way, the robot slept. And we're going to stop there for today.